Every time you sit down to write, you face a really big choice, even if you don't realize it. It's a choice that basically defines your entire mission before you've even typed a single word. It's the choice between arguing a point or just exploring a topic.
So, picture this. You're standing at a crossroads. Down one path, you become a champion for an idea, ready to build a case and convince the world. Down the other, you become this impartial guide, laying out the whole landscape for everyone to see for themselves. So which way do you go? That's really the core question we're going to dig into.
All right, so before you can pick a path, you've got to know where you're going, right? That's our first stop, defining your goal. And trust me, this isn't just some small detail. Understanding your core mission dictates every single word, sentence, and paragraph that you're going to write. Okay, this table really lays it all out. Think of it like this. Argumentative writing is all about winning. Your primary goal is to convince the reader, so you take a firm stance and you try to resolve the debate in your favor. But discursive writing, that's all about illuminating. Your goal is to explore a topic from all the different angles, stay neutral, and just help the reader understand a complex issue without pushing them to pick a side. A great way to think about argumentative writing is to picture yourself as a lawyer in a courtroom. Your whole job is to present evidence, build this super compelling case, and persuade the jury, that's your reader, that your position is the right one. And your thesis statement, well, that's your client, and you've got to defend it till the end. On the flip side, for discursive writing, you're the detective. See, the detective isn't walking into the crime scene trying to pin it on the first person they see. No, your mission is to survey the entire scene, gather all the clues, interview all the witnesses, which means considering all the viewpoints, and then present them objectively in your final report.
Okay, so that core mission we just talked about, it doesn't just affect your goal. It literally shapes the entire blueprint of your writing. So let's take a look at how each of these styles has actually built, right from the ground up. You can see the difference right from the get-go, in the very first paragraph. The argumentative lawyer kicks things off with a powerful opening statement, a really clear thesis that basically says, here's what I'm going to prove to you. The discursive detective, though, starts by just outlining the case, acknowledging that it's complicated, and promising a full, thorough investigation. The flow of an argumentative essay is super strategic. You state your case, you present your evidence, but then comes this really critical step. You actually call out the other side's argument. You bring up their point on purpose just so you can take it apart. That's a total power move. It makes your own position so much stronger right before you drive the point home in your conclusion.
A discursive conclusion, though, is totally different. There's no big, I told you so moment. Not at all. Instead, the goal is to kind of step back and say, okay, here's what we've learned. Here are all the different sides of the issue. You leave the reader way more informed, and you let them form their own opinion. Okay, so we've got the mission, we've got the structure. Now let's talk about the voice. The actual words you choose and the tone you take are going to be dramatically different depending on whether you're playing the lawyer or the detective. Your tone is really just your attitude on the page. For argumentative writing, you need to be that confident debater who's there to win. Your voice has to be assertive, unwavering. For discursive writing, you're more like an objective journalist, just there to report the facts. Your tone is balanced, measured, and all about exploration. So let's listen to the language of the lawyer. When you use phrases like, undoubtedly the evidence supports, you're basically shutting down any debate. That word, undoubtedly, it's a door slammer. It tells the reader there's no other way to see it, because you're presenting an irrefutable case. Now, just feel the shift in the detective's voice here. A phrase like, another perspective worth considering, does the exact opposite. It's not a door slammer, it's an open invitation for the reader to join you and look at the topic from a completely different angle. That's absolutely essential for keeping things objective and balanced. And here's another classic argumentative phrase. Therefore, we must conclude. The key word is must. It's not we could conclude, it's we must. It's not a suggestion. It's a logical command. This kind of forceful language is designed to march the reader to the one and only possible conclusion, yours. And yes, the classic discursive writer's move, on the other hand. Using a phrase like that is an immediate signal of fairness and balance. It tells your reader, hey, I'm not ignoring the other side. In fact, you're actively seeking out opposing views and presenting them as a crucial part of the whole exploration. All right, enough with the theory. Let's see how all this stuff actually works in the real world. This is where we get to put everything we've talked about into practice with some real solid examples. All right, your turn. Take a quick look at these essay titles. For each one, would you put on your lawyer's suit or your detective's trench coat? What's the right tool for the job here? Okay, a question like, should our school ban all mobile phones? I mean, that's just begging for a strong yes or no argument, right? So argumentative. But a title with words like discuss or examine, that's a huge flashing sign telling you to take a discursive approach. Uniforms are essential is a strong claim you have to defend, while different ways to address climate change is an open invitation to explore a bunch of solutions. And the cool thing is, once you know what to look for, you'll start seeing these styles everywhere. That opinion piece in the news? Totally argumentative. A formal debate? That's pure argumentative performance. But a balanced news report that shows multiple sides of a story, or a textbook chapter explaining a complex theory? That's discursive writing in its natural habitat. So here's the bottom line. It all comes down to how you frame an idea. Take a simple, neutral statement like this one. We can instantly give it a mission. Let's see how we can shape it into either a lawyer's opening argument or a detective's case summary. This shows the transformation perfectly. Look at that argumentative one. It's a command. Schools must integrate technology. It's not up for debate. It's a call to action. The discursive sentence, on the other hand, immediately introduces complexity. It starts with while, which acknowledges the good stuff before pivoting to the drawbacks. It's designed to open a conversation, not to end one. So when you boil it all down, that's what it is. Choosing your style is choosing your strategy. Are you picking up a sword to go win a battle of ideas? That's argumentative. Or are you drawing a detailed map to help other people navigate a complex territory? That's discursive. Neither one is better than the other. They're just different tools for completely different jobs. So there you have it. The choice is yours. You've got both the sword and the map in your writer's toolkit now. You have the power to decide your mission. So the only real question left is, which tool are you going to pick up for your next big idea?